Hi everyone, thanks again for joining me for this week's Soulmate Oracle reading. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm Anne and I give general love readings focusing more on spiritual connections, and that includes soulmates, twin flames, twin rays, karmic connections, past life connections, twin souls, anybody that gives you like a spiritual impact in your life, and that's any type of relationship basically. So if you're just landing on this reading video, this could be a message directed towards you, especially if the dates don't match up on the description area. Many times we get reading videos randomly sent to us, you know, when it's recommended, and something just calls out that this is a reading video I should watch. It happens to me all the time, and messages come through. I'm not here to tell you guys what to do or instruct anyone what they should be doing. Basically, I'm just relaying messages that are meant for you. And that could be anywhere that you go, actually. You can get messages, you can see signs, and we talk about this all the time, that, you know what, we don't know where they're going to be coming from. And that's where, you know, like that empowers us, because we say, oh, this is a message for me. I can just feel it. It's like when something calls out to you, just like certain numbers that come towards you, or certain names and signs that you're going to be getting all the time. And I want you to look forward to that, you know, like focus on that, you know, embrace that, write it down whenever you get a message. And especially with this reading video, I highly recommend that you take notes, because sometimes the reading video that you're watching, this one or others, may not resonate with you, and that's okay. Take what resonates with you, write it down, and leave what doesn't. Sometimes you may have to revisit the video a couple of times. Maybe there's something you didn't understand, something you were not focused on. Maybe you were preoccupied by noise or something that was around you, or you were, you know, getting ready for work, or you're coming back from work, whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so basically I just want to thank you all for commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing my reading videos, because it really means a lot to me. Now that we're coming into December, it's a holiday season. If you are celebrating, wonderful, let's embrace it all together. And if you're not, I hope you can do something for yourself. Like I've always said, I try to like accommodate everybody. Like I try to mention as much as I can, because everybody has their own ways of celebrating. So your way of celebrating is not maybe my way, but we all celebrate together because we all have the love in our hearts. You know what I'm saying? So really get out there and really cherish the moments with, you know, your loved ones, especially. I find that when you give out love, when you're embracing the love, you're actually calling out more love to come into your life. We talk about this with the laws of attraction, putting out positive energy, especially now during the holiday season. Now that we're in December, December can be sometimes a little stressful because of everything that's going on, and sometimes very emotional. I know we all have our own ways of thinking about everything, and I'm not here to tell you how you should be or how you shouldn't be, but whatever you do, do it with love. Whatever you do, just embrace it. Embrace something that makes you feel good. Raise your vibration. That's basically what I try to do, especially in December. You know, we're coming now to the beginning of a new year at the end of this month. So, you know, take as much as you can with you. I know this year just flew by. Where did 2018 go? I mean, it was just 2017, not too long ago. It's like the time just seems to go faster and faster, and that's okay. You know why? Because it means one thing: we are growing, we are spiritually evolving, and that's what I try to do with all my readings videos here. I try to help you guys because you guys do it for me as well. It's a positive energy exchange. Now, if you would like to get your own personalized reading, I do offer phone, chat, and email readings, and the links are down below in the description area. Please be patient. It's been a little chaotic lately. It's been a little overwhelming sometimes, but I try to get to everybody as quickly as I can, and you know, just follow the instructions. If I don't get back to you at a certain time, that it is written in on my instructions webpage. Okay, so enough of that. Let's begin the reading. Okay, I've meditated on what we need to know and the guidance that is necessary for us to use for our highest good while I was shuffling, and the message that will come through that help us in order to empower our relationships, our situations, whatever we may be going through, to help us through it, for divine messages to be given to us. The cards that I've used, they're very beautiful. Spirit, The Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. A newer deck of mine that my sister just gave me for my birthday, our birthday. And the first card that I pulled, Frog Spirit. Interesting. Very unique card. I love frogs. They're so cute. And as it says, clear out the clutter. Clearing out the clutter is necessary, especially now as we are December 1st. And as we come into a new month, it's always a good time to set out intentions, new beginnings, changes, whatever that may be. Sometimes we don't have a clear answer of what is this month going to be like? What are we going to be doing in this month? Well, obviously we know what December represents. And obviously we already have in our minds what we're going to be doing throughout this whole month, most of us anyways. But have you really planned out things? Have you really cleaned out the clutter? The Divine Masculine is right now going through a lot of inner emotional changes, and we've seen that like in several of the readings previously, that changes are coming, changes are happening. Yes, we are getting closer to union with our divine partner, but though sometimes it just doesn't work out that way, and we wonder, are we fooling ourselves? Is it really going to happen, or are we just not looking at what facts are? Well, first of all, you need to clear out the clutter. Okay, clearing out the clutter, and I don't mean just clearing out your closet or clearing out your attic or basement or whatever. I mean, that's all good, yes, especially before the beginning of the new year. But when I'm talking about clearing out the clutter, I'm talking about clearing your mind of some stuff that you've been carrying on with you. And Divine Masculine seems to go back into that closet that has all that those things that they've been holding on to. Kind of like you've been holding on to it, you don't really need it, but you have it, and you just hold on to it for whatever reason. You hold on to it for a future purpose. And you know what the future purpose is? When you start getting into a new relationship, or you're approaching a new relationship, you kind of like go back and say and compare it and say, you know what, it's going to be the way it was. And you make the decision. Should I just walk away, or should I just treat that person the way I'm thinking that person should have been treated, that I encountered in the past that treated me this way? If that makes sense. Kind of like you kind of like want to get back in a sense to that person, but though that person is not there, and it's like you're kind of like carrying on an emotion that does not exist anymore. That's where clearing out the clutter, starting off fresh, starting off clean and new and bright and sunny, you know, it's kind of like saying, hey, this girl or this guy is somebody new, you know, maybe I should just give them a chance, or maybe I should stop being so hard on myself and stop thinking that this person is going to hurt me when they haven't done anything to show me that they're going to hurt me. Or maybe it's time to clear out the clutter and stop hurting yourself because this person is damaging you in a sense that you have to turn away for a while, or you have to move away. Whatever the case is, the message is clear. Clear out the clutter. Clearing out the clutter is going to help you see with a clear mind. Clear mind will make you realize that, hey, I'm in a good place with myself, and I know that I love me, and I know that I'm going to find a love. What am I doing hurting myself by thinking like such nonsense, you know, like such stuff that just does not exist anymore? You know, whatever happened 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever happened, it's not necessarily meant that it's going to happen again, and I have to stop looking at it like it's going to, because that's where the clutter comes in. That's where you start to poison your mind, so to speak. Okay, so let's go to the next card. Ah, a little doggy. And you guys know how much I love dogs and cats, but this dog is cute. Oh my gosh, look at those eyes. Oh, okay. Dog Spirit, be loyal to what you love. And you know what? Dogs are so human-like. Dogs are so beautiful. And for any of you who watch my social media, you know that, that follow me on social media, that you know how much I love dogs. I just love all animals, actually. And this is so true. So true that I can, you know, say from my own experience that dogs are very loyal. And you know what? You need to be just like the dog spirit, the loyal energy. Divine Masculine is saying, be loyal to what you love. If that relationship that you're in, you're not exactly 100% into it. Maybe you're not really giving all your all because you're kind of like going back to the clutter that you once experienced and reflecting a lot, and maybe you're not ready for a relationship. This is all part of your journey, okay, guys? Your journey to finding true happiness. You may be apart from your divine partner, and that's something that you find, you know, like, I'm going to be waiting for the rest of my life. I'm not getting any younger. You have to be loyal to what you love. Sometimes when somebody is going through something and, you know, whatever the issues may be, we see a lot of, you know, twin flames especially. I'm just gonna boil it down to twin flames right now, because twin flames have the most difficult time with connecting. And I am a twin as well, and I have to say it's not easy. It wasn't easy, but it got easier when I learned how to understand what I needed to do for myself. So with twins, they go through a series of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm not going to go into it, and I'm not going to explain, because many of you are already aware of it. But when you're loyal to what you love, and you know from your heart that this is real, you know from you know it's real. You can't keep putting like clutter, okay, toxic stuff that happened previously, and you're not carrying it with you, that you're thinking it in your mind, but you keep going back and revisiting it. And we have a tendency to do that during Mercury retrograde. Yes, because Mercury retrograde is going to be ending, I believe, on the 6th. And you know what? Because it's ending, it doesn't mean that it's all over with. This was an intense time, I have to admit. Things that, you know, you want to say to someone, things that you want to do, it seems like it gets lost, or the words just don't come out the way they should. And you know what? You just have to keep trying. With Mercury retrograde, it makes sometimes things like, you know, it's the best way I can describe it. Yeah, say it. You know, it's like you don't know how to bring it out, and then you just forget about it. No, that's not what you need to do. You need to be loyal to what you love. You need to continue on and not listen to miscommunication as well, because the communication can get lost. You can read stuff, you can find stuff, social media. I know, you know, we're real big on, all of us, on like following posts and looking at other people's stuff, and that's like, I think that's the new generation. We're going to be doing this for years to come. It's like how we check up on each other. And you know what? It's beautiful. I think it's wonderful in a sense, but sometimes it can be damaging, because you may get the wrong idea of things if you're like spying, or I'm not saying spying, that's the wrong word. I mean, just checking up. Let's say checking up. And you know what? It can make things reoccur, kind of like open up an old wound. And that's what the clutter is here. If we don't clear it out and stop looking at it, maybe you had a fallen out with a person, and you know, you guys haven't cleared the clutter completely. Be loyal to what you love. Don't look at things so negatively. Open up your heart to what you're feeling, and you'll see how things will change. Divine union happens only when you're ready, okay? And I mean, when I say you're ready, you have to be like mentally ready, spiritually ready, physically ready. Because sometimes if that all, mind, body, and spirit doesn't all connect, you're not going to be ready. And I'm talking about, you know, clearing out the clutter, for one. You know, that is important. Clearing out stuff that your mind has been holding on to, and your subconscious mind just doesn't want to get rid of, because you just want to, you know, hold on to it. That's who you are. Yeah, it happened, but let it go. You know, just slide. Let it slide. 2, you know, physical body is important. If we're not exercising and moving and circulating ourselves, you know, just like everyday life is, it gets hectic. If we're just sitting, that's going to affect you in a way where you're not circulating. Seriously. If you notice, in the wintertime, a lot of us feel more kind of like, I'm not saying crabby, but kind of like more irritable about certain things. It's harder to move. It's harder to get, because we're not circulating. Seriously. And the cold does that to us, unfortunately. But if you keep moving, we can combat that, and you can fight that, so you can feel better. So it helps, you know, put the endorphins. So I always talk about exercise. I always talk about getting a little workout inside, you know, your home if you can. I mean, there are so many different things you can stream and put a workout video on. That's what I do. And if I can't make it to the gym, which is very, very common for me because I'm always busy. So you always have time if you do something at home. You know, look on the internet. There's exercises to do. Keep yourself moving is what I'm trying to say. And I know people are saying to me, okay, all right, we heard it before. I know. No, you don't know. You have to really know. I mean, you really have to figure it out. And two, eating. Eating is really, really essential, because if you're eating like fast foods that are that are very unhealthy, stuff that are not healthy is going to make you feel unhealthy, if that makes sense. And that's where I find that if we don't feed our body and nourish it with vitamins and good stuff, well, all those other things that I'm talking about will never come through. It'll never happen. It's kind of like, you know, the gas is in the car, but guess what? You didn't put the right gas. You put something that was not gas that you thought was gas, and guess what happens? The car breaks down. It's not going to even go. So you need to put proper things in your body. You need proper nourishment, and, you know, whatever works for you. I mean, I like, you know, if you're vegan, fine. If you're a vegetarian, if you're not, if you eat meat, that's fine too. Whatever works for you, but just try to remain healthy if you can. I mean, that's rule of thumb, obviously, and you want to feel good, mind, body, and spirit. So I didn't want to make this card about physical body, but sometimes a message is being given, and because we're coming now, we just got done with Thanksgiving dinner and we all had fun a few weeks back. We're also coming into now the holidays, and holidays, oh, there's a lot of fun there too. Cookies and parties and cakes and all of these yummy things. We all like to engage. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay? So my advice to you is try to like moderate all of these things so that you don't feel like you can't give to yourself. Like I said, decluttering yourself. Okay, let's go to the next card. Oh, very pretty. Look at this guy. The koala. I love koala bears. We have them at our zoo. Beautiful eyes. Love the colors. Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. There you go. Spirit has a plan, guys. And I'm not just talking about the plan that you think your spirit has, because that's not the plan. You don't even know the plan, probably. You don't even know what it's all about, because you're walking on a path where you're not looking. You know, when you first become awakened, okay, when you first like understand things better, I should say, awakening is not necessarily, oh, I see a light and I'm going to just be so spiritual, ultra spiritual, and that would be wonderful. No, it comes in layers. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen overnight, though it does feel like something is occurring, something is going on with you. And you have to go with the flow. You have to feed upon it. Just like I said about the body, well, the spirit needs to nourish itself, and divine feminine is nourishing their self. They're nourishing themselves with like opening up a new beginning. Changing, you know, changes are about to happen. You know, the balance is coming through. I can see it. You know, even with the last reading, there was a lot of balancing, and maybe it seemed a little intense, or it was deeper in a sense, but actually it's talking a lot about what I'm saying here, because guess what? Spirit has a plan for you, a plan for me, plan for everyone. But if you don't like see it, how do you even see the road? It's kind of like when it snows, and you know what? There's a lot of snow, and you know, you can see the road, but there's so much snow. There's like 4 inches of snow. You have to get your snow blower, your shovel, and you have to clear the path. I know a lot of people don't get the snow, or maybe we get other things, but you got what I'm saying. It's like the debris. You have to clear the debris in order to see the path. The debris or the snow or whatever you're cleaning out to see that path is the clutter. Yeah, it's the clutter. And before you can see anything, you have to re-examine things and go with the flow, because that is the only way that you're going to find that plan. The rainbow is there. You're following that light. You're going through that light. That's where the awakening is happening. That's where the manifestation is going on. You're manifesting your connection with someone. Maybe they're at the beginning stages that they're starting to see it. Maybe this is not you. Maybe this is someone that you know. Maybe someone that you're connected to. Your divine partner is going through it and you're happy for them. Well, I'm not saying to, like congratulate them and cheer them on, but you know what? It's a good idea to be very, very caring and understanding that maybe that they need time to awaken. Maybe they're telling you things that they're seeing or they're feeling, whatever it may be, because I see this all the time. It's a good time for you to say, I love you and I care for you and I want the best for you. Maybe I love you might be extreme, but you know what? If you say it already, it's a good time to let them know that you care for them. It's a good time to make them feel warm, especially now during the holidays. You know, you can do a lot of things that can make you feel good with them. Sometimes maybe not physically engaging so much because maybe you're apart from that person, or maybe that person needs their space. But, you know, spiritually meditating, sending them light, I find gives a lot of energy, vibration to that person. Maybe it's not the kind that you're thinking. Maybe it's sending positive thoughts, prayer, keeping that person in your deepest thoughts for light. It really works heart to heart. Sometimes when we are connected to someone so deeply, we can actually telepathically intercept the messages back and forth. I've seen this happen many, many of times. It's a spiritual union that happens between people. It doesn't necessarily have to be twin flames. It's divine partners. Sometimes we don't meet the same soul connections that we are met with someone else. So when I say a certain type, I'm just giving an example. I'm talking about the whole collective of the soulmate connections, and basically whatever you're looking for. Maybe you haven't found that person. That's another thing. You have to keep trying. Your spirit has a plan. Don't give up. Keep trying. Keep doing what you're doing, but maybe add a little bit more. See, remember, we can always give more and maybe a little bit more. We can always do this because our minds tell us with ego, I can't do this. I mean, this is too hard for me. I cannot do this. The word cannot, can't, it's not good. It's really not, because it shuffles you saying, I'm never going to even try. But saying I'm going to, you know, saying it with a little bit more of like an assertiveness behind it, gets the ball rolling. Seriously. When I say that, I hear myself. I'm listening to myself and I'm saying, yeah, you know what? That's true. I'm guilty of it too. I admit. I will make time for myself. I will do things with my family. I will make it my business to be here for everyone. Yes, you included. Okay, let's go to the next card. See, I love saying that kind of stuff because it really does work. Okay. Moth Spirit. Let me clear that up. Sometimes these cards get a little, let me see. Okay, likes that hand better. My left hand. Okay, Moth Spirit. And as you can see, it's a beautiful yellow moth with little dots and colors, and it's orange. Moth Spirit, surrender now. Okay, now you heard me. Surrender now. Surrender, let go, release, clear the clutter. You know, be loyal to what you love. Spirit has a plan. Surrender now. Look at these messages. They're just like speaking to me as well. Sometimes we don't get it. Sometimes we feel like it's never going to happen because we get frustrated. And you know what? I'm getting really uplifted, you know, giving this reading, because today was like a little bit of a hectic day. Sometimes it's like that for me. But you know what? When I give like these types of readings, it's kind of like the messages come right back to me, and it's something I really needed. So I'm going to be doing more of these readings whenever I feel down, obviously. But no, seriously, you guys are definitely coming into a new beginning, a new change. Something is happening. We've been seeing it. I mean, it's all over. I mean, it's everywhere. New changes, new beginnings. You know, we hear it all the time on the news, and we don't want to watch the news. But you know what? We got to go along with the news. We have to understand what's happening in our, in our world, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. We have to be aware, and we have to accept whatever, whatever is being in our path. Just like I said, Spirit has a plan. Don't worry about it. It'll change again, and it'll change again, and it'll change again. You know what? Every year, every decade, there's always, oh, it's changing, it's changing, it's changing. You know what? Change is sometimes really good. Maybe you may feel, I don't know if I'd like this change, but surrender now. Let it go. Let go of all that clutter. Let go of what keeps you locked up inside, saying, I can't do this anymore. I don't know if I can hang on any much longer, because it just doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. Well, like I said, that's a choice that you have to make. Maybe Spirit is guiding you. Maybe the angels are telling you something that you need to know in order for you to get through this time. Holidays can be intense. I can just say this one thing. And it can bring a lot of emotional energy, good and bad. And it does it for all of us, no matter how much you're into holiday spirit, the Christmas spirit. you're excited for Hanukkah, you have kids, you're going, you know, Santa, whatever you're doing, whatever, you know, celebrational thing you're doing, I don't know. You will feel the emotional part of it, because along with the positive, there is negative. And for those of you who are empathic like me, I pick it up. And this is when I get my, you know, white sage and I burn it and I smudge a lot. And I do whatever it takes to make me feel better. And you know what? You do whatever it takes to make you feel better. Maybe it's just staying home, drinking some, you know, hot cocoa and watching like something like an old movie or TV show or something, you know, whatever it may be. Or cuddling up with your dog, you know, like I love doing that too. My babies, I love my dogs, you know, and whatever makes you happy, what makes you smile, that's going to make you feel good for tomorrow. Remember, get through it one day at a time. And I try my best every day to post something motivational. Even if it's a good morning, I work on my posts myself, and you know, I really try to get really original and put the most, you know, into it, you know, the colors and everything else. I'm not saying that I'm the best, I'm just saying that I do this. Okay, that's my ring. I apologize. It's the ringtone that when someone is passing for my house. But anyways, what I'm saying is that I try my best to bring in the colors so that it can inspire you. So what I like, I say, oh, that's so pretty. I hope everybody, you know, gets like a charge from it, because I love looking at pictures that have, you know, life to it as well. So what I try to do is I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of the social media that brings in positive, inspirational motivation to everyone. And I don't, you know, I don't look for, you know, anything back in return. I just want you guys all to feel it, you know, and feel love, because that's where it comes from. It's a positive energy exchange. I smile whenever I get a like, or, you know, I get a comment, and I try my best to comment right back. And if I don't see your comment, I apologize, but I really try my best, and I work on, you know, just working on myself, because when I do that, I feel good. I really do. And I hope you do too. So if you want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, even Pinterest, I've been doing some Pinterest posting, and, you know, wherever I can, you know, just feel good about things. I check out everything. And it's a positive time for us to just all stick together. It's a positive time for us to feel universal as one, because when we are like that, you know, we can get by the day. And when we get by the day, we can get by the week and the month. And you know what? Before you know it, we found the love inside of us just by loving each other, loving ourselves. It's all about love, guys. It really is. Okay. So I hope that this reading resonated with you, because I have to say a lot of messages just jumped out at me, and I felt it, and I hope you did too. I hope it, if you know anyone, I hope you can send this video off to them. It can benefit them as well, because we all get messages in different forms, reading videos, and I don't want to go into it, but I've been getting a lot of signs lately, and you know what? I'm sure you are too, so write them down. Also, if you'd like to get your own personalized reading, I do offer phone chat and email. The links are down below in the description area. Check out my blogs. I've been slacking off. I haven't been writing as much because I've been super busy, but I will be writing more, and I'm going to. So I like the word. I'm going to be posting more of my blog articles and more information, I should say, about things. And also, I'm here for you guys, so if you have any questions, just post them down in the comments area. A lot of you have been asking me about the question that I offer on my websites. The thing is that if I can't connect to a situation, if I can't answer you, because if I can't connect as soon as I read it, there's something there, and I can't like keep reading over it. I may read over it once or twice, just to get a feel of it, and if my guides are not answering me, I can't give it. So I apologize for those of you who have not been getting any answers back and emailing me. So it's, you know, it's like up to you if you would like to maybe try another time or whatever, but I am here for you guys. So let's see, anything more I can add? I have to say one more thing. Thank you. All the shares, the likes, the subscribers that I currently that I have. And if you'd like to subscribe, I hope you can. It means a lot to me when I see a subscriber come in, because I really value you guys, and I love you all. I really do. And I hope one day to meet you guys. So until next time, God bless you all. Namaste.